Hello, this is Alex Ramsey. You may know me as the host of Night of the Batman. But I'm here to review something different today. Some of you may be aware, and some of you may not be aware, that recently, in fact yesterday, as of this recording, the Arrow pilot, which, if you don't know, is about Green Arrow. It's a series about that comic character, which I'll get into in a little bit. But came out yesterday on the CW. Now, I know what most of you are thinking. Oh, the CW, they got Gossip Girl and all that stuff, and some of those shows on there are so stupid. This one's a rare exception. When I first saw the trailer, I wasn't really sure what to think of it. I thought they were gonna make everything really super, like, just gritty and serious to the point where it wasn't like the character at all. They do that to a certain extent, but it's gritty enough and serious enough that it works with the story and what angle it's going in. This is a light that I've never seen the Green Arrow in. I'll admit, just right off the bat, most of what I know from Green Arrow is from Smallville, and that's pretty much it. So my knowledge is somewhat limited on the character. They're taking this in a new direction, which in this case is a very good thing. Okay, let me just start with the review. I guess I'll just start out with what I liked. So I'm not going to spoil the story for you, but I will tell you certain parts that I did like. This might be slightly spoilery, so if you don't want anything spoiled, I might spoil some key points. So if you don't want anything spoiled, just stop watching now. Okay? I'll assume if you're still here that you don't mind having some of the bits spoiled. I will not spoil the ending. I'll leave you guys that to watch. But there are certain scenes in this that I really like and certain ones I want to discuss. Okay, the first one on my mind. Okay, so one of the first scenes we see is of Oliver being rescued on the island, and he's talking about him surviving. They have a lot of voiceover narration in these, and it shows it's talking about him surviving, and it cuts to a shot of what looks like Deathstroke's, like from the comics. It's a comic character that's a frequent enemy of the Teen Titans. His real name's Slade Wilson. Anyway, it has this shot where it has like an arrow going through the mask with, like, it looks like a head still in there. I thought that was interesting. I want to know what the backstory of that is. That was a very interesting shot. I want to know if there is a backstory to that. And I like how they took certain characters in it and reinterpreted them in a more gritty sort of way, made them more realistic. Like Dinah, as far as I know, she becomes Black Canary, but in this she's like a lawyer or something. I like that they have like this rift between, because frankly, I used to be a little bit of a scumbag. I won't get into why, but they have problems because something that happened to that girl's sister. Anyway, Ollie comes back after that, and everything's changed. His mom, he lost his father during the accident, which has brief flashes and like just flashbacks and nightmares and stuff like that. He has a lot of those, sort of like post-traumatic stress disorder, like soldiers have. I thought that was really realistic and interesting. How they did that, and how he's not the same guy that he was before. It's changed his heart in him. He's come back to help the city. I like all the characters in this. None of them really got on my nerves that much. A lot of them are very interesting. I go as far as to say I want to see where most of these characters go. I want to watch the rest of the series. This is what I was talking about earlier. If you watch my other video I made earlier about Batman, this is what they should do. Make it more gritty, and everything. So again, I'm just going over some of my favorite parts. Another one was how real the character of Ollie slash Oliver Queen felt in this, and I could see where he played like both himself and then like the playboy that he puts out, sort of like Bruce Wayne does in a way. This very much felt like a movie too, like a mini movie. The production values on this were great, and also the special effects and just how everything looked. Cinematography was way up there. I mean, the story was good too. Characters were good. Dialogue, pretty much everything in this is good. Characters were good. One of my other favorite scenes in this is when he confronts one of the villains in this, Adam Hunt, and basically warns him if he doesn't stop what he's doing, he's coming after him, and he eventually does. And the way he comes after him is kind of like Batman. He turns off the lights and then will attack them with like arrows and stuff like that. And I find stuff like that really cool. I also like the added stuff with like the news covering like his return and everything. I thought that was very. If you ever read Year One, they do something similar in there where when Bruce comes back, it's like this big old deal. And a lot of the characters are really interesting. Again, the dialogue is great in this. I wasn't expecting a lot from this. But this delivers. I guess I'll go to the few bad things. Oh wait, one more good thing. The pop culture references was a good thing. Normally stuff like that gets on my nerves, but these were actually funny. And I was messed about a comic relief character. Most of the time that gets on my nerves because it doesn't fit with the story, but this needed that to lighten up the darker bits. So yeah. And what's great about this episode, it feels like it's just the tip of the iceberg before greater stuff happens. You get that feeling. You want to see more when it's done. This series has great potential. Now I'll get to the bad parts. One of the things I guess I could complain about is that for a while I had no idea who, like what Dinah, what her profession was, and I guess they could have done more with that. Some of the characters kind of look similar, like the bodyguard and Ollie's friend kind of look similar to each other. I guess that's just a minor complaint. There's really nothing they could do about that. Yeah, I think that's about it, really. Yeah, this episode, if I were to rate it right now from 1 to 5 system, I would give it a 4.5. 4.5 out of 5, which means it was amazing. In this case, yes, this is possibly the best thing that CW is putting out now. One of the best superhero TV shows on the air right now. I go as far as to say that. I can't wait to see the next one. I highly recommend you guys check this out. I like the gritty tone it takes. I like how it reinterprets comic book characters and make them serious and feel like real people. And also the action scenes are great. Dialogue is top notch. Cinematography, special effects, costumes, the flashbacks, just the story overall in general is great. This feels like it's a movie, almost is on that level. I can't wait to see what they do with the series next. Okay, I hope you guys like this review. I highly recommend you guys go check that. Go check the Arrow pilot out if you haven't seen it already. It's amazing. Okay, that's about it. Subscribe, like, comment, you know the drill. Okay, this is Alex.